Hi, welcome back. Today I thought we could sit down together for a slow and gentle art session, painting with paper to create a soft layer of floral collage. This isn't about perfection, it's about process. I'll walk you through every step I took so you can follow along. Pause when you need to and enjoy the calm of working layer by layer. If you live with pain, fatigue, or just a busy mind, I hope this gives you a chance to breathe, play with color, and maybe even find a little healing in the process. For this painting, we will use a limited palette. I'm using Payne's Grey, Indian Yellow, Magenta, and White, but you can use any colors you want. Go ahead and get your painted papers ready. We'll be using those too. I will be painting on a small A5 piece of watercolor paper. I'm starting by brushing on a thin layer of white paint. You can use gesso if you prefer. This gives me a fresh surface to build from. Don't worry if it looks streaky. That's part of the texture and will actually add interest later. I like to remind myself here, this is the first layer. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just setting the stage, like laying down the soil before planting the flowers. Make sure this layer is dry before you continue. I'm using Payne's Grey, one of my favorite colors because it instantly adds depth. I'm starting by brushing it into the corners and edges, almost like shadows in the background. This will be my darkest value. It replaces black in this painting. I don't need much, just a few dark areas to break up the space and create contrast. Next I'm adding magenta. I'll mix a little with white to make a softer pink. Because I still had some Payne's Grey on my brush, it shifts the pink towards a reddish purple, which I really like. Sometimes I second guess my color choices. And if that happens to you too, that's okay. Just try it. If it feels too strong, soften it with white or cover it with another color or paper later. After rinsing my brush, I bring in some Indian Yellow. Where it touches the Payne's Grey, it makes a beautiful green, and mixed with magenta, it makes a beautiful orange. That's the benefit of a limited palette. Every color works nicely together with the others. Notice how the colors overlap and create something new without much effort. This is one of my favorite parts, because it reminds me that not everything has to be controlled. Sometimes the best effects happen by letting paint mix on its own. After drying my painting, I decide to add some more white. These lighter spots are perfect because they make the collage papers I lay on top really shine. They wouldn't show up the same way on the darker areas. Do you enjoy mixing colors directly on your painting like I do, or do you prefer to mix on a palette? Before continuing, I use the hairdryer to dry my painting and check with my fingers to make sure the surface is fully dry. At this stage, you can also play around with adding marks, maybe some crayon lines, ink or water-soluble pencils, or you can skip that and move straight to the collage like I'm doing here. I'm gluing down pieces of torn book pages. I love using text because it adds such a great element to mixed media. I glue down a few pieces, always starting with opaque papers for the first layer. Old book pages are a favorite of mine. They carry a little history and texture that feels grounding. Do you have a favorite kind of paper you like to collage with? Maybe it's something unusual. I would love to hear what your favorite is. Write it down in the comments. Remember, your collage doesn't need to look like mine. Choose papers that make you smile. Use a paint shaper or an old brush to apply glue. Because of painful hands, I will often switch to using my fingers. Remember to put glue under and over the pieces of paper you lay down. I accidentally poured out too much glue, so I smooth it over the whole page. To soften edges, I go around them with a little white paint on a small blending brush. I also brush lightly over the book pages to tone them down a bit. Try your painting before continuing to the next step. I'm adding flower shapes that I painted earlier. I'm using a mix of larger and smaller ones so everything isn't the same size. When composing a painting, it's always good to have contrast, light and dark, big and small. Don't stress too much about placement yet. We are going to add more layers. I often move things around a few times before I glue them down. It's all part of the play process. Have fun. Get lost in the magic of layering collage papers. Layering collage pieces reminds me of life, especially life with chronic illness. Life is made up of little pieces. Sometimes you are broken through things happening in your life. It can be anything really. Chronic illness, cancer diagnosis, a divorce, losing your job. It doesn't matter. We all have pieces of life we have to put together to build a new normal. In the same way, we are adding these collage pieces to create something new and beautiful. I add some darker paint to the flower centers. Give it a quick dry. Then start tucking in leaves between the flowers. Again, I spread glue underneath and on top of pieces so they hold well. If you ever feel nervous at this stage, just remember, you can always cover it up later. That's the magic of working in layers. Nothing is final until you say it is. You'll see me using my fingers in some places. It's often just easier than a brush. If you don't like glue on your hands, feel free to wear gloves or stick with a brush. Just a fair warning, glue and gloves don't go well together. I continue adding leaves. I don't mind if they overlap with the flowers. It gives more interest to the painting. Would you have added more flowers and leaves or left more background showing? Let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, please give this video a like so that more creatives like you can see this video. Now I'm adding tinted tissue papers in a few spots that felt empty, mostly green to tie in with the floral theme. Tissue paper is translucent, so placement is important. Over dark colors, you would see its outline, but over lighter areas, it disappears and becomes part of the painting. I love how tissue paper sometimes almost melts into the paint, leaving just a hint of texture. I keep adding more papers to my painting. Multiple layers create depth and history to your final painting. This particular tissue paper I'm using here came from packaging and has a number printed on it. I don't mind if the number shows or not, it just adds a fun little detail. Make sure to keep your packaging papers, or at least some of it, for future collages. I'm now adding some pink and purple papers to the painting. Are you like me preferring silence when you paint? Or do you like to listen to music or a podcast while creating? Let me know in the comments what your favorite podcast or music is to listen to while painting. Now I'm adding some more green papers as well. While layering, I realized that I need some deeper purple papers, so I quickly mixed some using Magenta and Payne's grey with a smidge of white and paint it onto one of my prepared papers. I wet my brush to dilute the paint slightly. Then I dry it with a hairdryer so I can use it right away. When using a hairdryer to dry tissue paper, blow it from right above or your papers will fly away, or else hold it in your hand like I did here, but be careful of burning yourself. I add some of that darker purple near the top and the bottom. Once again, I use my fingers to apply glue. I know some people say not to do it, and yes, if you have sensitive skin, don't do it. I apply a barrier cream on my hands before I start painting. I had to figure out easier ways of doing stuff, as the pain in my hands would make it otherwise impossible for me to paint. I'm now layering more flowers. Composition is now coming into play. I'm arranging flowers and leaves so they overlap and feel balanced. Here you can see the paper sticking to my fingers as I'm tearing the painted flower out of the bigger piece of paper. As I glue the papers, the edges of the tissue paper disappear into the painting. I smooth out any bubbles under the glued-on pieces as I go. If you prefer, you can tear the papers that you will use before you start. I prefer to do it as I go. Next, I add a few more plain tinted papers. I lay some partly over the leaves and flowers. I add a touch of white directly from the tube and blend it in with my fingers. You can use a blending brush if you prefer. I also add a bit more Payne's grey where I feel the painting needs stronger value contrast. I blended these colours directly on the paper, but you can always mix them on your palette first if you prefer. At this stage, I feel the painting is almost finished. Once everything is dry, you can outline, doodle or keep adding details if you like, or you can stop right here. I take a moment to use the leftover paint on my jelly plate. I mist it with water, spread it out with a paint shaper, press tissue paper on top and then pull a print. These make great extra collage papers for future projects. Finally, I add a little white paint directly from the tube with my fingers wherever I want some brightness. My painting was feeling a bit too dark, so this balances it out. I now add a tiny bit of Payne's grey where needed. After one last dry, I decide the painting is finished. If you want, you can now add some marks like doodling or outlining leaves and flowers. Instead of doing that, I decided to add more tinted papers. Remember, you're done when you decide you're done. You can keep layering, doodling, or simply stop here. Sometimes I could keep on going forever, but I remind myself the piece doesn't need to be perfect. Sometimes the art is finished when the moment that it feels balanced, or when you're simply ready to stop. In this case, I had to stop because I was tired. If that happens to you, remind yourself that it's okay to stop if you need to. I hope this tutorial inspires you to play with paint, paper and texture in your own way. If you recreate this project or try something inspired by it, I'd love to see. Share your work on social media and tag it with #HealingLayers and #paintingwithpaper so we can celebrate your creativity together. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with a friend who loves relaxing creative time. Thanks for watching. Till next time, goodbye.